Soccer 2026. See you later. Welcome to Osaka.
鉄大久保ステーション。
She wrote you a letter.